heard the term was when Colleen was 15 and had been sentenced by a court judge to 10 sessions with a qualified psychotherapist. She'd been forging our names on checks and withdrawing money from our bank accounts in order to buy drugs. With the sexual and drug history she already had, she, like so many others with BPD, had been categorized as a bad kid. And on the recommendation of a support group counselor we were then seeing, we pressed charges. The only positive result that came from that experience was learning the name of her diagnosis, except maybe for reinforcing to Colleen our firm belief that such actions should have consequences. But what blew me away was that until that sentencing, we had spent 15 years in the dark as to her diagnosis, as had Colleen. Why? We'd been taking her to specialists ever since she was a baby. We'd seen the extremity of her emotional reactions compared to those of her elder sister Lisa. We'd spotted things that concerned us as early as when she was interacting with other kids in the daycare center she went to when we were at work. And yet none of those specialists had wanted to label our child. As one of them put it, there's a stigma attached to mental illness, so we usually don't address problems like that until a person is 18. What? If you suspected your child had a broken leg at age 5, would you wait until they were 18 to treat it? In many ways, society's only just waking up about issues concerning mental health. New technology has given us functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, which can show the brain in action. What it has shown is that the neurotypical brain functions very differently from the brains of people with BPD. It has also shown that, with training, the brain is capable of neuroplasticity, or the changing of its behavior patterns. But for a person with mental health issues, the more those patterns become entrenched with the passage of time, the more difficult it is to change them. The difficulty of changing long-established habits is something most of us know from first-hand experience. So it's critical for us to get our children into treatment as soon as possible. Let's face it, the stigma that specialist referred to is alive and well today. Those who haven't walked the walk, as we have, hold all kinds of misconceptions. After my book was released, my husband and I were invited to many speaking engagements and book club events. One book club president, however, said, "Our club is reading your book and finding it amazing. But a few of the members vetoed my suggestion that we invite you and Andy along to a discussion about it. That's because they've heard that BPD is caused by parental abuse." Another parent told me, "Frankly, I'm astonished a well-respected teacher like you could have a child who turned out to be as bad as Colleen." Wow. That's like saying, "I'm astonished your daughter has brown eyes when you don't." Unfair though it is, parents are often the first ones to be blamed when something goes wrong with their child. And even when others don't blame us, we blame ourselves and feel guilty. We feel guilty without knowing exactly why. And when we learn about BPD, we feel guilty that we didn't know about it earlier, so we could have taken advantage of the specialized parenting tools you're going to learn about in this book. We, the parents of troubled children, can't change everyone's thinking, but as the authors of this book indicate, we can try our best to help both ourselves and our children by learning how to interact with them in ways that are not invalidating or demeaning, and how sometimes to not interact with them at all. In those cases, it's best to give them, as well as ourselves, some space until everybody has had a chance to calm down. When my memoir about Colleen was published in 2014, I thought I'd written it for a select few parents like me in the support group we attended. But the overwhelming popularity of the book and the response we received confirmed that the problem is so much bigger than anyone ever realized. We learned there were many other Colleens and many other bewildered and grieving parents at their wits' end. Parents from all over started calling us and telling us their own stories. A woman from New York phoned one morning just to thank us on behalf of her